Hollywood doesn't mess around with time. They spend billions sculpting themselves, fighting against nature. We aren't talking about minor tweaks, we're talking reconstructed jawlines and sharpened hairlines. Today we're opening the files on the icons who sold their old face to keep their throne. And the final name will completely change the way you see manhood. This is a battle for survival. Are you ready to face the truth? If you're stunned by the price they paid, comment 1. If you think this battle is meaningless, comment 0. Like and subscribe to begin. Dive in now. Leaving the past behind, we come to a godfather of modern reality TV, Simon Cowell. The man famous for razor-sharp critiques, capable of crushing anyone's dreams with a single raised eyebrow. Yet ironically, the harshest judge is also the one most fearful of the judgment of time. In the 2000s, the pressure to maintain his signature face on high-definition television thrust Simon into an inescapable maze. Starting with simple wrinkle-smoothing injections, he gradually slipped into the race for facial reconstruction. The peak came when the public began comparing him to a talking wax statue. In a rare moment of awakening, Simon himself admitted his lost way. There was a time I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man staring back. Simon's story serves as a cautionary tale about the thin line between maintaining your image and losing yourself. Today, his return to a more natural appearance sends the strongest message: imperfection can sometimes be the most genuine form of charm. Zac Efron, once a Disney prince with sweet boyish charm, underwent a shocking transformation in 2021. His appearance with an unusually widened square jawline sparked a storm of speculation about excessive cosmetic interventions. In celebrity culture, any significant facial change is immediately assumed to be an attempt to chase perfection or cling to youth. This is a clear testament to the immense pressure stars, especially men, face the constant need to maintain an ideal and unchanging image in front of the camera. However, the truth revealed later was far from vanity. Zac Efron suffered a serious accident at home, leaving his jaw nearly shattered. The recovery process, especially physical therapy and rehabilitation exercises, overworked his masticatory muscles. The resulting overdevelopment of these muscles unintentionally remodeled his face, creating a sharper and wider jawline. This story highlights the fine line between medical recovery and perceived cosmetic alteration in the eyes of the public, as well as the common misunderstanding of the body's healing process after severe injury. Zac Efron's case serves as a profound warning about the toxic standards of masculinity rampant in Hollywood. It shows that men, too, face pressure to maintain a tough and chiseled appearance, a standard that Zac inadvertently achieved through injury. Whether by accident or cosmetic intervention, his story exposes society's obsession with physical perfection and the media's tendency to overlook the human context behind the narrative. Ultimately, it reminds us that self-acceptance and compassion should take precedence over any harsh standards of appearance. If there's anyone who seems to have signed a secret pact with time, it's Tom Cruise. In his 60s, an age when most people begin to accept aging, Cruise appears like a living special effect. Think back to 1983, the young man with an imperfect smile and a naturally rugged look. But then, as if through some cinematic magic, another Tom Cruise emerged, more refined, sharper, and almost unreal in his beauty. Aside from technological interventions, one of the key factors behind the extraordinary appearance of an action superstar like Tom Cruise is his ironclad discipline. Maintaining peak physical condition for decades requires a strict diet, scientific sleep routines, and an unrelenting training schedule. High-intensity physical activities, especially balance exercises and endurance training, not only keep the body lean, but also boost blood circulation and promote beneficial hormone production, contributing to healthier skin and a youthful physique. This discipline goes beyond the gym, becoming a lifestyle that optimizes overall health. The Tom Cruise phenomenon proves a reality in Hollywood. Youthfulness is considered a career asset. An ageless appearance is not just a personal matter, but part of a brand that helps stars maintain their position in physically demanding action roles and box office appeal. This raises the question of how much is owed to genetics versus professional interventions when it comes to preserving one's appearance. The story of the transformation of the person once known as Bruce Jenner sheds light on a profound truth about human nature. External success cannot heal internal wounds. The 1976 Olympic gold medal turned Bruce into a symbol of American strength, but it also became the perfect mask, hiding an intense struggle with gender identity. For decades, the public witnessed what seemed like awkward attempts to alter appearance, early signals of a soul being suppressed. This was not the vanity of a celebrity trying to hold on to youth, but the first knocks of a true self seeking liberation. The mismatch between biological sex and gender identity, one's deep internal sense of being male, female, or another gender, can create immense psychological conflict, forcing a person to choose between society's acceptance and their own truth. In 2015, the transition from Bruce to Caitlyn was not merely a medical event or a surgical procedure. It was a monumental rebirth driven by extraordinary courage. Changing her appearance and publicly transitioning was the final step in aligning the outer world with her inner reality, allowing Caitlyn to fully live as the woman she had always felt herself to be. This story has taught the world a deep and human lesson. True courage does not lie in muscle speed or athletic achievements, but in the willingness to face oneself, live authentically, and affirm one's personal truth despite prejudice and social pressure. Mickey Rourke was once one of cinema's most captivating icons, possessing a stunning appearance that enchanted audiences. However, he made a bold and challenging choice, leaving Hollywood at its peak to pursue a professional boxing career. This shift wasn't just a career decision, it was a tremendous personal sacrifice. Unlike the preservation-centered world of filmmaking, the boxing ring is unforgiving. Rourke's face became a literal record of the brutality of those battles, marked by severe injuries that required multiple reconstructive surgeries. These surgeries, not performed with the precision of high-end cosmetic standards, resulted in a striking and often controversial appearance. Rather than hiding or fully correcting it, Mickey Rourke turned the very ruins on his face into a unique asset. During his cinematic comeback, especially in his breakthrough role in The Wrestler 2008, he didn't have to act the loss and decay of Randy the Ram Robinson, he had lived it. His rugged, scarred, and altered face told a story more authentic than any makeup or special effects could convey. This redefined beauty in art, the raw truth, the harshness of life, and a person's resilience can create a powerful and moving work far beyond superficial perfection. Mickey Rourke's story goes beyond cosmetic surgery or sports. It stands as a testament to a profound life principle. A person's true value lies in the resilience of the soul, not in a flawless exterior. Even when the media mocked him and audiences turned away, Rourke proved that a scarred face can still shine brilliantly. The brutality of his appearance was only skin deep. Beneath it lay an unyielding will and an artistic talent that embraced and harnessed his most painful experiences. Rourke taught us that self-acceptance, including scars and differences, is the true source of strength and the most unique form of beauty. The giant Sylvester Stallone. His life has been a series of battles, beginning at birth with a nerve injury that left a permanent mark on his face. But rather than hiding it, Stallone turned the flaw into a trademark, his iconic crooked smile and deep, gravelly voice. However, to maintain the image of a muscular hero over 5 decades, Stallone approached his body like an engineer maintaining a high-performance sports car. He does not hesitate to admit to touch-ups. For him, cosmetic surgery, Botox, and lifting treatments are like sharpening a sword before battle. In his 80s, the lines on his face may have changed, but the eyes of Rocky still burn brightly. He shows us the art of smart aging, where science serves an iron will, keeping the hero's flame alive forever. Before the world knew Rhett Butler with his rugged charm that melted every heart, Clark Gable was just a rough gem with an imperfect smile. In 1932, when medicine was still in its infancy, Gable took a painful gamble. He decided to pin back his naturally protruding ears to achieve the look of a gentleman. Imagine this: no modern anesthesia, only an iron will, enduring excruciating pain for a ticket to the pinnacle of glory. Moreover, his iconic radiant smile was in fact a perfect artificial creation, replacing teeth destroyed by illness. Gable was more than an actor. He was a fearless pioneer. He understood that to become the king of Hollywood appearance was not a gift from God, but a strategy forged through blood and tears. He turned his own body into a battlefield where every wound was exchanged for immortal glory on the silver screen. From a rough gem to the king of Hollywood, the price Clark Gable paid was not just monetary, it was excruciating pain and an iron will few could imagine. What do you think about his bloody and tearful gamble? Was this sacrifice worth creating a legend? If you admire his determination and find this story amazing, leave comment. 2. If you're not impressed, leave comment. 5. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe now so you won't miss the untold secrets of silver screen legends in upcoming videos. If America has an icon of eternal masculinity, it is the Duke, John Wayne. But even the toughest cowboys cannot duel with aging. Wayne did not pursue beauty out of vanity. He did it to protect a legacy. When thinning hair threatened his heroic image, he quietly underwent some of the earliest hair transplant techniques. When drooping eyelids obstructed the sight of a sharpshooter, he opted for functional surgery to keep fighting. He understood that to maintain the image of an icon, even a hero must sometimes patch up his armor. And it was this perseverance that made John Wayne not just an actor, but a legend who battled prejudice and time until his last breath. For John Wayne, his body was a tool, a machine that needed maintenance to continue serving the audience. The scar's neck lifts and jaw adjustments were all quiet efforts to keep the legend alive. He taught us that taking care of oneself does not diminish masculinity. Rather, it is the way a professional respects his audience until the very end. Unlike many stars who proactively pursue cosmetic interventions for career reasons, Burt Reynolds' journey of altering his appearance began out of urgent medical necessity. A severe jaw fracture on set not only caused immense pain, but also required reconstructive facial surgery. However, in the harsh world of cinema, the line between medical recovery and efforts to cling to youth often becomes blurred. As time passed, Reynolds continued to face natural signs of aging, such as thinning hair and wrinkles. This presented him with a choice fight: aging through corrective procedures or embrace it gracefully. Burt Reynolds chose to face cosmetic interventions with his greatest weapon, humor and charisma. Rather than hiding it, he openly acknowledged and even joked about his post-surgery stiffened face, likening it to a drum ready for life to beat its rhythm. This candidness and wit transformed the changes in his face, imperfect though they were, into an irresistible part of his charm. He was not just a talented actor, he was an artist who knew how to use every aspect of his life, including changes in appearance, to build and reinforce his rugged, optimistic personal brand. Burt Reynolds' story delivers a powerful and positive message. Charisma and spirit are the true sources of lasting appeal. He proved that even if a smile has been perfected by science, it is the warmth, optimism, and openness behind it that stay in the hearts of millions of fans. Reynolds teaches us that true beauty does not lie in flawless perfection, but in how we carry it. Confidence and a cheerful demeanor can transcend scars or post-surgery stiffness, affirming that lifestyle and presence are what create enduring attractiveness. And finally, we come to the greatest mystery, the man who seems to be living out the plot of his own movie, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Brad Pitt. For years, Brad was celebrated for his rugged beauty, aging naturally like fine wine. The wrinkles at the corners of his eyes and weathered skin only enhanced his charm. But recently at Wimbledon, he stunned the world. At 60, Brad looked as if he had stepped out of a time machine, transported back to the early 2000s. His skin was impossibly smooth, his jawline sharp and defined, and his youthful aura almost surreal. Top cosmetic experts have examined him closely and identified incredibly subtle architectural marks, a tiny scar cleverly hidden near the ear, a signature of a deep plane facelift performed by the most skilled hands in the world. Brad Pitt has never confirmed it, but this transformation is considered the gold standard of modern male aesthetics interventions that turn back time while preserving the soul and aura of a legend. He demonstrates that the pinnacle of cosmetic artistry is not becoming someone else, but becoming the best version of yourself when time itself begins to yield. Whether driven by career strategy, the pressures of fame, or simply a professional accident, these men chose to literally reshape themselves. They remind us that behind the dazzling spotlight are human beings of flesh and blood, people who have fears, face struggles, and long to be loved. So in your opinion, where should the line be drawn in the pursuit of perfection? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is far from over. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications because the entertainment world holds countless hidden corners waiting to be revealed. Goodbye and see you next time.